one more time. I shout it from the highest mountain, the tallest bridge, at the top rung of a ladder. Can you believe it? 9:01 p.m., seconds after this show went live on the air at what time? That's right, 9 o'clock p.m. I am James, you are you. We are here for the Monday edition, live on Twitch. If you're here for a good time, put your hands in the air. If you're here for a long time, got bad news. The show is only about an hour and change. Now, if you're here for the first time, you might be thinking, why is this grizzled young man so obsessed with what time it is? I will tell you, I have been on a mission, a crusade, a journey to start this show on time. We are now 3 episodes in a row of starting on time. I'm aware that last Friday, 9:01 p.m. But let's call a spade here. When you're used to starting at 9:10, 9:11, 9:12, 9:01 is a triumph of triumphs. I am, without hyperbole, a hero. Okay? I'm calling myself a hero. Now, that might be strong in some circles or corners. This is why I think I'm a hero. For a year, I've been bringing constant content to you, the viewer of At Home. If anything, you know what? You can call me a frontline worker. You know, some people might not like that. Some people may not like that. I think I'm a frontline worker because think about this, right? People, you go to the doctor, you see a nurse, you see a medical expert, of course. You come home, you watch TV, you like your favorite actors. There's probably some Matthew Perry fans out there. You turn on the internet broadcasters, you got me. I'm a frontline worker in the online streaming world. This is going well, I think. I'm pleased with this. Before we really get into it, I look at the chat, I engage, I say thank you so much for being here. I turn my head back to you, the audience. What's going on tonight? You might be asking yourself as you sit in the comfort of your own home, on your couch, in your bed, on a chair, in a rocking chair, on a stool, on an ottoman perhaps. You're stewing in your own juices in the bathtub, watching this young man right here. What happens on Monday, April 19th, live on Twitch tonight is the night of 1,000 surprises. I have tasked each and every one of my guests to do whatever they can. Anything is at their disposal. I want to be surprised tonight. Every week, I work in a painstaking way to set the show up. I'm the programmer. And I think, it'd be nice if some of these people, they come on and they make fun of me and they tease me and they say, you don't have a job. Yeah, you live alone. You don't talk to the chat enough. That we know that's going to happen. That's just routine. You wake up in the morning, the sun is out. You know that it's going to happen. I know that all that stuff is going to happen. I want to be surprised tonight. I want to learn things about my guests that I never knew. Of course, it might be tricky for them because perhaps what they plan to surprise me with, I already know. If I do know these things, well, they're on thin ice because I don't ask much out of my guests. Of course, I ask them to take time out of their day and their evening to be here to benefit me, but also themselves and you, the audience. I just want a surprise tonight. And I think that when I'm surprised, you, the viewer, are surprised by proxy. Who is here to surprise us tonight? Much later on, Andy Asaf. This guy says he's got 4 or 5 surprises. I only wanted 1 surprise. This guy's through the roof with surprises. Who else is here? Vancouver, British Columbia's very own Taylor McMillan. Yeah, I came up with that nickname. I don't even like it that much, but I use it, and I'll continue to use it. Syd Roc is here tonight, a man of many titles on this show, some of which include quote, Dave's best friend, quote, chief political correspondent. He's also the winner of the At Home Award, the Vanguard Award of Excellence. If this isn't a jam pack, this is a murderer's row of guests tonight. You don't even need me here. I could just zip up these little lips that's surrounded by a nice old beard, and these people could do all the work. But they need me just as I need them. So why wait? Let us begin with our first guest. As mentioned, he does a lot, he says a lot, and he's here to try to do what he can to surprise me. It is Syd Roc. Syd, what's going on?
Hey, little cutie. Thank you for having me.
First
Always a
laugh of the night.
pleasure.
First laugh of the night goes to Syd for calling me Lil Cutie.
Woohoo!
As I live and breathe. Syd, welcome back. How does it feel to be the recipient of the Vanguard Award for Excellence of At Home? We haven't really gotten into it.
It feels really good. Yeah, it's an honor. It's a privilege, and I hope to live up to the standards of this very prestigious award here
Okay, well,
and
look,
into the
I think you've
future.
already done it. Up to this point, you've already done it. You've given me my first guest laugh of the night. But Syd, tonight's not about the laughs, right? We come on this show and we try to have a little fun. Tonight, I want to see what happens if we put the comedy on the back burner. What if tonight is a night of revelations and reveals? So we corresponded earlier and I told you what the topic was. How did you feel when you initially saw that message? You thought, I got to come up with some surprises for this damn guy?
It felt like work. It felt like, geez, now James is giving me homework.
Yeah.
And after I kind of thought about it, and it's not that difficult. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I think the bar is kind of low as
Yeah.
far as investment.
Yeah.
I hope I manage to clear this bar, but yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's just a question of uh things that we haven't talked about. So yeah.
Yeah. Now, when I had proposed this idea, or what you referred to as work, did you think I got to come up with something good, or is it like, I'm going to tell this guy that I don't like avocados?
You know what? And this is a testament to you. I figured, like, if there's one thing that I've seen throughout this show, which has been going on for a year and some change,
Mm-hmm.
is that you have a consistent ability to milk interesting conversation out of basically anything. So that part of it, I didn't feel any pressure at all.
Okay, now this makes me happy on a variety of levels. That was a very complimentary thing to say. I appreciate that. But also, you've put a lot of good faith in me in some ways to carry this segment.
That's right, baby. You put
All
the
right.
work on me, I put it right back on
You know
you.
what? And I love it. I love it. You know what?
That's your
I
first
want
surprise. How's that?
this whole damn night. I want it to be like a really lively, active game of ping pong. You're not trying to beat me. I'm not trying to beat you. We're just trying to set up a rally. So, Syd,
Yep.
my first question is, how many surprises do you have for me tonight?
I have, well, I guess I have a total of, wait, one, two, three, four.
Okay.
One of them's kind of a throwaway, but, and a couple of them you might already know, but yeah, that's what I got.
Okay, let's begin. Syd, what's your first surprise for me?
Okay, the first surprise I know is a surprise
Mm.
because I said this in your chat a while ago.
And I
Uh,
certainly didn't see it. That's for
Of
sure.
course not. And this is a real interesting case of serendipity because I said that I offered myself as tributes to be your first guest on a show, to be interviewed in front of no one because everyone's like coming in after
Mm-hmm.
10 minutes after the hour. I kind of offer myself as tribute that way. So
That is very
surprise.
noble of you. That is very noble. I've referred to myself in a variety of ways as somewhat similar to Jesus. And now tonight I get to share that honor with someone else. We got two Jesuses.
I get, yes.
Yeah.
We're dying for each other's sins in
Yes.
a cycle of um salvation. There we go.
There we go.
So yeah,
Surprise
that
number
was the
one.
throwaway one. Yeah.
Mhm. Okay, so that was the surprise?
Yes, of course.
All right.
Something
Okay.
about me that you didn't know.
All right. Okay. Pretty good. Okay. You're starting off soft. I like that. Right.
Hell yeah.
Okay. You're teasing me a little bit. This is like a surprise foreplay.
Hmm. You wanna go to the second one?
Yeah. Let's turn the heat up. Let's round first base.
Oh shit. Now that I think about it, maybe I should save this one for later. Okay. I'm reworking the order in my head. So the second one, I for basically my entire life, I've had this unhealthy addiction to potato chips, and
Okay.
I um a couple weeks ago, I gave myself the challenge because I heard that if you want to improve your diet, a good strategy is to just eliminate one thing at a time and just
Hmm.
focus on that and not put too much pressure on it.
I agree with that.
So I gave myself the challenge of not eating any potato chips until Canada Day.
Okay. So can I ask you which are some of your favorite poisons as it pertains to the potato chip?
Oh, well, uh, uh, the old answer, because they kind of went out of business slash got merged into something else. It was Humpty Dumpty Barbecue.
Okay.
That was my jam.
Humpty
And the
Dumpty,
yes.
it's a true crime that those chips don't exist in the way that they used to.
Hmm.
I'm going to say this right now. The Humpty Dumpty barbecue is a great choice
Oh
for the
yeah. And the modern equivalent of that would be Old Dutch. The first time that I tasted Old Dutch barbecue, it was like, holy shit, this is the closest thing to Humpty Dumpty that I've ever tasted.
it was like tasting a bit of home.
Absolutely.
Okay, so you've tried to eradicate the old Dutch. Now, are there any chips that you're not into? You're like, this is not going to be hard to cut out.
Actually, I can't think of any examples. Because again, it's an addiction. So
Right. So you're just
you know,
down. You're just
yeah,
down.
I have chips that I don't prefer, but
Yeah.
it's a chip, it's a
But
potato, it
but
does the
maybe
crunchy
being an
thing.
addict, if one of your non-preferred chips was available, you'd fall off the wagon hard.
Well, assuming that I hadn't given myself this challenge,
Hmm.
absolutely. Just to put a bit more context, ever since the pandemic started, I um, I noticed that I would stock up. Whenever I would go grocery shopping, I would come back with a couple bags of potato chips,
Hmm.
and those bags would be gone way sooner than I am comfortable sharing
Yeah.
in public.
Well, hey, you
And
know what, Sid? This is a safe space.
there we go.
Safe space.
So the after a while, I told myself I every time I went grocery shopping and didn't come home with any chips, that was a small win.
All right. Have you
And
replaced the chips with something? Are you like, okay, I'm on celery now?
no, I haven't really replaced it. I do notice though that I wasn't really one for sweets, and I have increased that, but I'm not too worried about it.
Okay. Now, Sid, what about this? What about in on Canada Day? What if I buy you a big bag of chips?
You know what? You're free to buy it, but
Yeah.
if this challenge goes as planned, I will refuse
All
because I
right.
just won't want any.
Okay. So you're a man of an ironclad will.
Uh,
I'm
I
going to tell you
can be.
something.
I can be. I'm fucking stubborn, and sometimes when I set my heart out to something, I don't falter.
Yeah.
But I'm human. Sometimes I do. You know.
A couple summers ago, I bought a box of 12 ice cream sandwiches. The flimsy classic. I'm not a fancy. I don't get the Oreo one or the Klondike bar. Just generic ice cream sandwiches. I took them home. The first night, I ate six. I ate six of them, and I was on the toilet in the middle of the night because I woke up needing to use the washroom. And I ain't talking about number one here. I ain't
Oh
talking
no, of
about love,
course
and I
not.
ain't talking about number one here.
We get it.
We get it. Now, you'd think that I learned my lesson. A year later, I thought maybe it was just an accident. And I did it all over again. And the same thing happened. And that's why you have a more ironclad will than I do, because guess what? I'll probably do it again this year.
Mm.
I look at I don't drink, I don't get wasted. I'll get crunk. So I thought if I'm gonna go over the edge on something, it might as well be copious amounts of dairy products.
Yeah.
Okay, Sid, can I get your next surprise? That's a good surprise. I like that.
Excellent. The my next surprise, and you might know this, but I doubt it because this part of my past rarely comes up when
Oh,
I'm
okay.
talking amongst improvisers. That sounded grim, but um, basically, I like to call this in a past life. I
Hmm.
was a computer programmer, and I had a
Okay.
brief career being a video game programmer for about 6 years.
Okay, now this is a surprise. I did not know this.
Mhm.
Now, do you go out of your way to not let people know this?
No,
Okay.
it just doesn't come up.
Yeah.
And I started doing improv like much long after that page
Yeah.
had been turned, and so it just never comes up.
Okay, so at what at can you give me like a year or a number of years when you were doing this?
I would say probably I would say um I would estimate 2003 to 2009.
Okay, so
Yeah,
and you were
the
a
around
video
that
game
area.
programmer. So
Mhm.
can I ask you, did you ever program any of those kind of like sexy video games that would be on like Newgrounds or
I
E-Bombs World?
I have not, no. I the company that I worked for was the specialty was we made video games for those screens that are in the seats of airplanes.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I guess there's no sexy video games for the airplane screens.
oh no,
Yeah. Okay, so you're making airplane screen video games. Any titles that we might know?
of course not.
Do
But
you remember any of the games?
yeah, I worked on a first person shooter, and
A first person shooter on an
yes.
airplane?
Oh, but the enemies were all robots, and they would
Okay.
all
It wasn't like the
explode.
Taliban.
Yeah, yeah, no, no. It was a sci-fi first-person shooter, and there was no blood. All the
Right.
robots just blew up when you
Okay,
defeat
so is this someone else in the tech industry? We call that a workaround.
them. What?
I'm not in the tech
Can you
industry.
elaborate?
I'm not in the tech industry. Well, it seems to me that like okay, we want to do a first person shooter on an airplane.
Mm.
We don't want to encourage any of the crazies. So let's have them kill robots instead of people and they don't bleed, they sparks fly.
Yeah, no,
Now, what was the name of the game? Do you remember? Was it like Robot Fighter?
Omicron factor.
Now that sounds that oh god. You know, like when you're a kid and you go to the video store and you like, there's always that one game you see on the shelf. You're like, I don't want to rent Omicron Factor. This game looks so boring. Like you put it in and you can't figure out how to get past like the first level. You're like, I don't understand this.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay, was this called Omicron Factor?
Yep. I'm sure if you Google it, you could find screenshots of it or
All
whatever.
right,
But yeah,
so this feels like something that we need to talk about at greater length.
okay.
And it also feels like a character that Mark should be playing on this show.
What?
Yeah, he should be a character named Omicron. Omicron Factor?
The funny thing is, and I worked on this game for a couple years.
Yeah.
There is no clear Omicron. It was kind of just a name.
Yeah.
There's no
Now,
character named Omicron.
did
I
you
don't know
ever
what the
play the game?
factor is. There's no backstory.
You ever play it?
Of course,
Did
I
you
was
enjoy
working
it?
on it. Yeah, huh?
Did you like playing it?
I did.
Now, could you imagine a scenario in which you're on a plane with someone and they're playing? I want, if this were to happen, I would want you to take out like a Sharpie and sign the screen on the
Screen.
airplane. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're welcome, Sid. Wow.
That would be something.
This is a great surprise. This is great, and I can't confirm this, but I suspect our technician tonight is currently researching this game.
Yeah,
apparently,
yeah.
apparently, there is no history of this
I literally
online.
cannot find a single thing on Omicron Factor. How would you
That
spell that, Sid?
Omicron factor, probably like you spelled it now.
All
Yeah,
right, so
nothing.
the search is being done now. Sid, I mentioned E-Bombs World and
Mhm.
Newgrounds. Did you ever play any of those games?
Oh, those like flash games?
Yeah,
Well, yeah, I must have. I mean, back in the day, that was basically the main option
yeah.
on the internet. Yeah, they were all the craze.
Now, do you think that Flash games are poised to make a comeback in 2021?
Hmm. No. I,
Well, all right. Well, I thought what's old is new, but nevertheless, okay, Sid. Let's
technology is not cyclical as the famous joke from 30 Rock.
now. Do you think you have the capabilities of making a Flash game?
Probably not. And that comes you know uh here's where the missing context
Yeah,
becomes important. I didn't like programming, and when you don't like something, you're not very good at it.
sure.
So
Oh man, you're preaching to the converted on that one.
yeah. So over the years, I developed the reputation for being the programmer that you don't give important things to,
Yeah.
and that did a number on my self-esteem. I'll tell you.
I'm going to tell you
Um,
something. If I worked with you, I
mhm.
100% would have been the quality assurance analyst on your team. It's like, let's put these guys that don't care together. And then what happens is, hey, this game is full of bugs and there's no ending.
Yeah, exactly.
I
when
think I
when
think
you
you and me
defeat
would
the
have been a
final
great
boss,
team.
the game just crashes.
Yeah, we would have been a great team. I would have been like, no, the crash is part of the experience.
There we
I mean,
go.
what if because of course Dave works in video games.
Yes.
Uh, Another young man, Dimitri Kires, has been known to write for video games. What if we came together to try to create the sequel to Omicron Factor 2, Search for Mark?
um. Wow. I love the idea.
Yeah.
The only thing that makes me hesitant is someone absolutely owns the copyright for that.
Okay, what if
Uh,
we change the name slightly to Omicron Factored?
yeah, exactly. Add a D,
Yeah.
and you change the font.
Yeah. Search for Mark.
There we go.
Okay, great. Sid, what's your next surprise? That's going to be hard to top.
Oh yeah, well maybe it won't,
Okay.
and maybe
Okay.
you might already know this because I do post about that on social media every now and then. I've been into tarot for about 6 years, for
Okay,
longer than I've been
I
into
knew this,
improv.
but not that
There we
much.
go.
So you're a tarot card guy.
Hmm.
Tell me more.
Uh, wow. The I love that open-ended question. So,
Mm,
yeah, I've always been fascinated by symbolism, and of all the randomizers, playing cards have always been my favorite.
okay.
So when a um, uh, a man by the name of Mark Passio did a presentation on the tarot and the major arcana, and his presentation kind of made me realize that I kind of just align with it, and it was off to the races.
Yeah.
Uh, okay, I
Yeah,
see people
you're getting
asking about
questions right now,
readings in the
Sid. This
chat.
is this is sparked the curiosity.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
it's
we
it's
we've uh we've got in the chat Taylor Ray okay, who I assume is tonight's guest, Taylor
I
McMillan.
I have a tarot deck in here right now, but
Okay.
the here's the thing to know. Uh, I don't predict the future. I think that's bullshit. That's not what I use the tarot for.
Yeah, I
Uh,
love that you're like, yeah, I like tarot, and then you're like, nah, this part of tarot is BS.
yeah. Like
That's if there was ever a Sid thing, it's that. I like this, but this is BS.
yes, absolutely. Yeah, I like Jesus Christ. I am extremely skeptical of
Mhm.
anyone who claims they can predict the future,
Yeah,
especially when they're psychic or intuitive or shit like
sure.
that. It's like, yeah, sure, buddy.
Now, what about mediums? What do you think about mediums?
Oh, like speaking to the dead.
Yeah.
Uh, I think okay, I'm filing that under mostly bullshit,
Yeah.
but maybe there's something to it. I don't know.
We
Like
should
it,
get it. We should get a medium on this show, I think.
maybe a Quebec medium, maybe a
If it was
blonde one
Quebec
who
medium,
was popular in the 80s. Name
now
starts with J.
now are you referring to one of my all-time favorites, Jojo Savard?
Absolutely.
Could you imagine a situation in which you, me, and Jojo Savard, we're all on a plane, and Jojo Savard fires up the on-flight video games? What's the name of that game again? What's the name of the game?
Omicron factor.
And she's like, "Oh yes, Omicron factor. I can't wait to play." And then she has a vision. She's like, "One day a sequel will come."
Well, how can I say this? Wow. My my response
Yeah.
to Jojo Savard saying that would be Ten of Swords,
Now, can
which is a
you
very specific tarot card.
now for the uninformed, what would a 10 of swords imply?
Oh, the shit. I don't have my this is a Crowley deck that I have. I need my Rider-Waite Smith, which is in the other room. But oh, I
Well, we're gonna
probably
have to revisit this tarot thing
no
at
no
some
no.
point.
I have a tarot app on my thing.
So you've got two
You
decks of
have to
cards
see it.
and the tarot app.
Yes. And the I have the app specifically for this reason. This is good. You have to see it to understand. I'm sorry for the delay. I'm launching this app. I wasn't
This is fine.
expecting
This is
to
fine.
do
As long
this.
as
There we go.
your LTE is firing on all cylinders.
Okay, here it is.
Here we go.
Oh, this is the Ten of Swords.
Well, yeah, this looks ominous.
It's very ominous. It's one of the scariest looking cards in the deck. And yeah, it's like it's literal overkill. Let me yeah.
Okay, so Syd, I have to ask you as we begin to wrap up.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you have to come on and you have to do my tarot cards.
Sure. I mean, if we can find a way that's compatible with me. So here's the thing, and if you want to do it, I'll gladly do it, but we
Yeah.
got to do it my way, which is
Oh, I love it.
you know, if you want a better understanding of something or introspection, that the tarot, I fucking love the tarot for that.
Yeah.
But will I blank? Fuck that shit. Find someone else.
Okay. Hey, look, I'll do it your way.
There we go.
But you got to do something for me.
Oh boy.
If we're gonna do this, you have to be surrounded by candles. You have to be. Do you have a cloak? Do you own like a cloak?
I don't know. Probably, maybe.
What about a hoodie? Do you have a hoodie?
Of course.
Okay, so you got to wear a hoodie. You got to be surrounded by candles, and then you. This is my hard bargaining.
Okay.
And
Shit.
you have to grow a beard. All right.
You
Okay.
see, you went too far, right?
I played
there.
my hand. Okay. So how about this?
You
do
just
your.
overreached.
Okay. You do. Okay. How about this? I'll go even further. No beard, no hoodie, but you have to be surrounded by candles.
I think I can figure that out.
Okay. Okay. You do my tarot card, and this is my final question.
Yeah.
One night you're drinking alone at a bar. Jojo Savard comes in. You guys start talking. She asks you if you'd like to come back to her place. Would you?
Oh man. Ooh, Jojo Savard. Okay, first of all, Jojo Savard loves Omicron Factor is on the screen. Good job, Andy.
Yeah.
But to answer your question, if Jojo Savard invited me over, presumably for sex,
Well,
I mean, we're having beer. She invites me back to her place.
Yeah.
Where else is it? Where else are we going here? She wants to fucking shoot pinochle or whatever. No. You know
Yeah.
what? I think I would do it
I
just
love
for
it.
the story.
Syd,
I banged
I
Jojo
love
Savard.
it. I love it.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I love it. We gotta make this happen. We gotta get you alone in a bar one night.
Yeah, with Jojo Savard. Nice.
Syd, I would love to continue to explore this hypothetical of you with Jojo Savard. We're gonna have to save that for the tarot card reading.
There we go.
Okay, so you're gonna do my tarot card. We're gonna do it your way, but you're surrounded by candles. Do we have a deal?
Yes, I don't know when I can make that happen, but
This is a long-term project.
yeah, totally.
We're gonna do it on the next Friday, the 13th.
There are places in my home where I could have like candles without like risking setting things like my couch on fire.
We're gonna do this in the safest way. Syd, look, thanks so much for the surprises. I loved it.
Excellent. Thank you.
Have a good one.
Follow that.
This is going to be hard to follow for anyone who's in the pipeline. I know in the pipeline. Syd, thanks again, buddy. And where can people find you tomorrow night?
Oh, yeah, I live stream every Tuesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern on YouTube. You just search for my name, Syd Roc. I don't really talk about it that much, but yeah, thank you for giving me the opportunity to plug it.
Pleasure's all mine. Have a good night, Syd. Thanks, buddy.
Later. Thanks.
That's Syd. I can tell you something about his stream. Outside of the rare occasion, it starts on time. This guy says 10 o'clock starts at 10. And if anything, he was the inspiration for me bringing the show back on track to starting at 9 on the button. But moreover, this guy's been harassing me in the chat for being late, for not engaging. This guy keeps me in check. He's my accountability officer. That's Syd's newest title on the show. He's my accountability officer. Let's move on. It was just mentioned, follow that. This next guest is going to do what they can to follow that. Coming to us from where it is only 6:32 p.m. It's longtime friend of the show, a true well-wisher, Taylor McMillan. Taylor, how's it going?
Hey, James. How are you?
Could you imagine Syd and Jojo Savard? I love it.
I mean, yeah, I kind of can. I see a sort of symbiosis there.
Yeah. Yeah. Right? Could you imagine that Syd and Jojo Savard in a bar and she invites him over presumably for sex?
Yeah.
I would never
I guess
that. If someone invited me over, I'd be like, there's still a chance. No.
Yeah, I feel like with Jojo, she knows what's going to happen. So she's inviting you over.
That's true. She sees into the future. She's able to tell whether or not she's going to get the good stuff.
I think they actually are a very interesting couple because Syd is actually very like logical and rational.
Yeah.
And I feel like she's more Aryan. So maybe it's like a nice kind of like yin and yang situation.
This is an interesting thing. So like the most unusual but compatible guests of this show plus a celebrity. Who do you think mine is? Who's my unusual?
Who's your opposite?
Yeah. Unusual but compatible celebrity partner.
Oh, that's really tough. Oh.
Right? People look at me and go, I can't picture this guy with anybody.
No, I kind of can't.
Yeah. Now we've
I'm
got
like lively old crone. I don't know.
Yeah, coming in from the show's chat right now, Lena Dunham, which I don't think so.
You know, she probably actually is a good foil for you.
Oh, so wait, so I need a foil?
Well, I mean, that's kind of what an opposite is in a way, isn't it?
Yeah, but Syd and Jojo, they're not opposites. They have similar interests.
That's true.
Look, let's shelf this. We're gonna go.
We'll come back to it.
Celebrity wife. It's another show for next time. Taylor, tonight's all about surprises.
Okay. Yeah. So
how many surprises do you have for me tonight?
I have 3 surprises.
Okay.
Yeah.
How would you like to begin this? I'm open to any of them.
So the first surprise is that I had cosmetic surgery when I was quite young, maybe like 8.
This is a surprise. Cosmetic surgery. So 8 years old. Can I take a guess?
Sure.
Brand new ass.
Yeah, I had a Brazilian butt lift.
Is that what they're called? A BBL?
Yeah.
They're called a Brazilian butt lift. Okay. Shocking. Okay, so you had cosmetic surgery. I don't assume it was a BBL. What was it?
No, well, I mean, I'll just kind of show you. So if you just want to look here.
What are we looking at here?
We just want to look at these things just here.
We're talking about your ears.
See how tidy they are? I actually have a photo. I didn't get it to you guys before time, but I actually have a before photo, and I would love to
Of
show
your
you guys.
ears. Okay.
Yeah. So this is me as a tiny child.
I think I understand where you're going with this. Now, can I guess?
Yeah.
I don't know what the medical term would be, but you've had your ears pulled back.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Now,
yeah.
what was this a medical reason, or were your parents like, I don't know about these ears?
Yeah, I think that's pretty much what it was.
So it was a purely aesthetic thing. Your parents were like, we don't
Purely
like
aesthetic. Yeah.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah, it was
Your
wild.
parents were like, these ears, they're not for us.
Yeah, I think they're just like, this is the family shame. We need to cover these things up. And also, I was a little bit of a tomboy, and I always wanted to have short hair.
Do you remember this procedure? Your parents were like, we're taking you in to fix these things.
Yeah, I think I had been teased a bit, and then I was upset about it. So my mom was like, well, okay, let's just fix the problem.
You had children's cosmetic surgery. Take me through this. Were you scared? You must have been scared. Did
I
it
remember
hurt?
being.
I have so much that I'm curious about.
So like you have to get put under, and they kind of like take a bit of cartilage out of your ear, and then they basically just like staple. Like I'm sure if you took your ear right now, you could probably fold it forward.
Yeah.
But,
let's just like I could.
Yeah. So that's
this is. I just want to say this is not a pleasant feeling. That hurt. That hurt more than I would have expected.
Yeah. So that's it. That's as far as it goes.
Mm-hmm.
And then I can do this, but yeah, it's just it's like this weird thing.
Okay, now that is a good surprise.
Yeah.
Syd is making video games for airplanes. You're getting your little kid ears corrected. You've been corrected.
Been corrected.
This is like when people fix their doggies' ears.
Yeah, very same.
Wow.
Totally unnecessary. And
How
yeah,
much
it was
does
funny.
that cost? What does that cost to fix a kid's ears?
I don't know. I have no idea. I've never really talked to my mom about it. I should ask her, I guess. It just like seemed normal to me.
Something that wasn't like, hey mom, let's get into it here. How come you fixed them? Are you happy that it happened? I want to say yes, you probably are.
I mean, it's fine. Like I think if I had just like left them, I would also be fine.
But let's get that picture again.
Okay.
Now
hold on 1 second here.
Current Taylor, but with those ears.
Yeah.
Now, would you go back if you could? Hold on. Let's go back to this picture. Hold on. Let's see this again.
Okay. Yep. Mm-hmm. Here we are.
What's going on with this really miserable kid?
I think she was miserable. Also, look at my mom's hair.
That's a kid who didn't belong to your family, who they were like, this one's ours now.
Yeah, that's a
Who's that? This is your sister, right?
That's my little sister, yeah.
What's her name?
Brooke.
Now, what did your parents fix on her?
Well, this is funny because she's
Brooke McMillan.
Yeah.
That's that's a news name, right?
Well, my mom
Brooke
picked soap opera names for all of us. She picked Taylor, Blair, and Brooke, which are all kind of unisex names, and they're all also like soap opera.
Little witchy, those names.
Yeah. So my younger sister also had it done.
So my joke about what did your parents fix on them is correct. Your little sister's ears, they were like, it works so well for your sister, your big sister, let's take you in.
Yeah. But the funny thing is my little sister got it done and it didn't work.
Oh, it didn't take.
She got it done again.
It didn't take. It was like a shower in the summer. Now, are you the middle child or the oldest?
I'm the oldest.
Okay, so what about your other sister?
No, the one that we saw in the picture didn't, but the middle sister did.
Can we go back to that picture?
Yeah,
great.
So there we are.
Look at this. Now, look at this. Now, who's this on your? This is your dad, I'm guessing.
Yeah, Dad.
Check out this. This is who? This is Blair on your dad's knee.
Yeah.
Your sister Blair is full Billy Ray Cyrus. That's what your parents, you and your other sister got the ear surgery, and they were like, we're going to give our other daughter hair transplant surgery.
Yeah. There's a lot of great curling going on. Like she really just went to town on all of our hair.
Now let's take a look at your dad here. This is courtesy of Andy, that your dad is ready to start selling some OxyClean. Your dad,
Mm.
if there was ever like, if someone was like, we need to find a picture of what a dad looks like this is the early 90s, right? Late 80s, 90s.
Yeah, like late 80s, I would say.
Yeah. Your dad
Mm.
looks like a legend.
Yeah, he looks
I want to know about your dad. Tell us, what's your dad's name?
His name is, well, he has two names. He's either
Of course he does. His parents didn't like his first name, so they gave him a new one.
Well, he actually has three names. So his real name is Samuel Bruce, but everybody goes by their second names in my family.
Sure.
And but everyone calls him Bowser. That's his name. Like,
let's get the picture again. Of course, this guy's name is Bowser. Of course, his name is Bowser. Taylor, has your dad ever been known to get into a fist fight?
Oh, so many fist fights.
Of course. Taylor, does your dad like vehicles?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to make it a full assumption here.
Mm.
Your dad either owns or has owned some type of motorbike. He has.
Yeah, he has a Harley currently. Yeah.
Currently has a Harley.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like your dad and me maybe have similar tastes in music.
Yeah, I think, maybe. I mean, back in the day, I think, but he listens to a lot of country and western.
Okay, country and western. Okay.
Yeah.
Now let's get that picture again.
Okay.
Let's get that. And we have to hear about your mom.
Oh, okay.
Who looks like she's had a bit of a day. Your mom strangely kind of looks like friend of the show, Alex Brown.
Yeah, I mean, people have said that Alex Brown and I look similar, so I guess.
Yeah, there might be some familial collection here. So, like, what do you think's going on in your mom's mind right now? She's like, I gotta change my kids' looks.
I think she's just tired from all the
fucking curling of hair she had to do that day.
This surprise was so good. I could keep looking at that picture, but I can't because you planned other stuff.
Okay.
The thing about your dad is like, I feel like I'm obsessed with this guy now.
Yeah, well, the amount of chest hair that he chose
to
let out for the family photo is pretty funny. Yeah.
Do you think your dad still has chest hair like that?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. It's
awesome.
It's probably white now. It's funny. Like my parents divorced when I was about 15, and he's terrible. He's a very annoying, terrible man. But I would always ask,
well,
Mom,
the reviews are in.
Yeah. I was like, Mom, why did you stay with him for so long? He's such a loser. And she's like, well, have you seen him? He looks like Burt Reynolds.
Let's get that picture again, please. Can we get that picture? Does he look like Burt? I wouldn't say Burt Reynolds. Can you
Tom Selleck too. Tom Selleck.
Can you slowly zoom in on your dad? This is like one of those Dateline NBC things, like, but everything wasn't as it appeared.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say Burt. He looks like somebody. He looks like he should be looks like he's a member of a football team, but for the Canadian Football League.
Maybe so.
But apparently, quote, now you used the word loser?
Maybe not a loser. Maybe that's not fair. He wasn't a loser. He was just a fist fighting kind of.
Yeah. It sounds like he was a rambling, gambling man.
Yeah, not so much gambling, but definitely like a man's man. And he ended up like having 3 daughters. I think that was real hard on him. He was like, I don't know what to do with these people.
Yeah, there's a bit of a Tom Selleckness to him. I'd say more of a Selleck than a Reynolds. Yeah, look, Taylor, I'm not going to stop if we keep talking about your old man here. What else? What else have you got? That was a great surprise. I loved it.
Yeah, the other thing, I guess, which ties in is I was also, there he is, was a cowgirl back in my youth.
Okay, now this all makes sense hearing about your cool dad.
Yeah.
When you say cowgirl, what do you mean?
Well, I mean, like I had a pony, or I had a small horse.
You had a pony.
Yeah, I know it's not very relatable. But yeah, I had a small pony, a horse named Supreme.
Yeah, Supreme.
And I had all the It had all the gear. We used to run the barrel races, which is
Or
where
was
you
it like now when I think of like a young lady with a pony, I'm thinking more like a bit posh and an equestrian. You were
Yeah, that would be if you were riding English style, where you had a different saddle. But I was like
you were
the
riding.
Western style.
Yeah.
You know,
Now what city did you grow up in?
it's a small town called Armstrong in British Columbia.
You're driving Armstrong style.
Yeah.
Also, let it be known that I said you were driving a horse. You're driving a horse, Armstrong. Now, is there a like an accent for Armstrong, British Columbia?
Yeah, I think it's hard for me to do because I've tried to eradicate it from
Yeah,
myself.
I mean, if there was anyone that I know of that is corrected their voice, it has to be you.
Yeah. Mm.
Now, would people call it like Armstrong?
Maybe Armstrong, maybe.
Armstrong.
Armstrong. Well, it'd more be like a instead of saying four, you'd say fur almost.
Okay, are you gonna take
Oh,
a
for
ride
sure.
on
Like
the
it's a
fur
little bit
You're gonna take a
hosery.
ride on the fur wheeler?
No, not four-wheeler. Oh boy,
A fur wheeler?
no.
Well, we're bringing back bad memories here of you and your horsey Supreme. Okay, so you were a cowgirl. Now, were you listening to cowgirl music at the time too? You
Probably not so
Shania
much. It was
Gallo?
mostly just like the straight up activity of like
Yeah.
having a horse and like training to ride the horse. And I had a
Mhm.
cowboy hat and a cowboy boots.
Yeah.
And I had cool Western outfits that my mom made me. And I would, they had like a kids rodeo and I was in that.
Up until what age?
Oh, I think maybe like 11, 12.
Okay. So
Yeah.
then that's when you gave up your cowgirl lifestyle.
I think the horse got a bit too old and didn't want to run anymore.
So what happened to the horse? Did you guys sell it to another young girl with a fun family?
We must have. I don't
Yeah.
really remember, to be honest.
Can you ask your mom for me?
Yeah, I'll get back to you next time.
Can you text her right now?
Do you want me to text her?
Now, how fast do you think she'll get back to you?
Okay. I don't know. Let's see.
Can I write the text as well?
Okay.
Okay. Hey, Mom, it's me, Taylor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Okay.
I've just been doing some thinking. And can you misspell thinking? Can you put tinking? Just been doing some tinking. Whatever happened to my horsey Supreme? Did you guys sell it? Then put some ellipses, ... question mark. Now, can we see this to confirm that
Hold on.
This is
It
one of those shows
auto-corrected-
where I'm having too much fun.
It auto-corrected thinking.
Yeah, we'll fix that to tinking. Now, Taylor, can you re-recite it back to me with your voice?
Okay, I wrote. I edited out the first part. I couldn't remember what you said.
I said, "Hi, Mom, it's me, Taylor."
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, Mom. It's me, Taylor. I just been doing some tinking. Whatever
Yeah.
happened to Supreme? Did we sell it?
Yeah. Yeah, so send it.
Okay.
And now immediately write Supreme, the horse.
Fuck. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
This right now is one of my favorite segments in recent history. Okay, so you're a cowgirl. Do you ever want to go back to that lifestyle? I feel like you could pull off a cowgirl look right now.
Yeah, I have a lot of cowgirl outfits. I never stop liking that style. In fact, actually, yeah, I have a bunch of stuff. If you ever do a Western night, I'm there.
We're going to do a Western night. It's just it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. It will. It's going to happen. It might be the dumbest episode in the history of this show. Now, do you have any affinity for country music currently?
I totally do. Yeah, I like it a lot.
You do.
Yeah.
So who are some of your faves?
I really like Casey Musgraves.
Okay. So you can
She's
take
like
the girl out of Armstrong, but you can't take the Armstrong out of the girl.
That's it.
Yeah. Now, what about George Canyon?
I don't know who that is.
Well, he's Canadian. I only like the Canadian country singers.
Oh. I mean, mostly I just listen to country music from the 90s because that's when I listened to it when I was younger.
Okay.
And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay. So, Taylor, you have another surprise.
Yeah, and actually it's a surprise and also a cautionary tale and maybe something not everybody knows.
Okay.
So I have lost 3 passports.
Okay, that's one of those sad surprises.
Yeah. The last time that I have a passport currently, but after the 3rd time, I had to go in and get a new passport and explain to them what happened and all this stuff. And they were like, this is the 3rd time. If you lose this passport, you will not be eligible for another one.
So you're saying the country of Canada threatened you by saying, we're not going to give you this again, you're being parented by the country. Like,
Yep.
this is
They
the
were
third
like,
time.
it is not a right. It is in fact a privilege.
Yeah. Okay, so can I ask, over how long of a time span did you lose 3?
I think they were probably about 5 years apart each time.
Well, so you lose them on an average of every 5 years. So over the course of 15 years.
Yeah.
Now, was it impossible for you to say, "Oh, it's expired"?
Yeah, because you have to send them in when they've expired.
Okay, this is correct. Yeah, that is correct. So you, when was this last one that you lost? At what point? Was this within the past 5 years, or have you been sober since?
Just a little over 5 years, maybe 6, maybe 7, about 6 years ago.
Are you losing it in moves? Are you losing it on trips? How's this thing getting lost in the shuffle?
Once I threw it away when I was eating lunch and I had it with me for some reason, and I threw it away with all my lunch garbage.
You brought your passport with you on a nice lunch?
I think I had to like bring it to work because I was working in another country and I needed my visa or whatever.
Yeah. Well, hold on. Let's hold on. Let's back that ass up for a second. You were working in another country?
Yeah, I lived in the UK for a couple of years.
Oh, that's a surprise.
Yeah.
That's a surprise. Okay. You brought your cowgirl style across the pond.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, did you lose it in the UK or back in Canada?
I did lose it in the UK, and that was very troublesome, as you can imagine.
Yeah. Okay. So on a scale of 1 to 10 Jameses, 10 Jameses being the most stressed, 1 James being the least stressed, how many Jameses were you losing your passport in the UK?
In another country.
Yeah.
I would say I was about 8 Jameses. Yeah.
You were okay. So, but I'm sure you visited a Canadian consulate, a slice of home. They took care of you.
Yeah, I had to travel about 5 hours away to go to the Canadian consulate, so it was a big deal.
Did it feel like you were in Canada when you were there? Because I sometimes wonder about consulates. Are they British there? Or are they Canadian?
No, they're British. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
Were
they're
you
British. It was just like a sterile, sad office. It wasn't.
But were you
feel like
expecting
much
them to be Canadian when you got there? Because isn't it considered Canadian soil? Or am I crazy? Am I stupid?
I don't think you're stupid, James.
Thank you. I appreciate that. This suddenly got so sad. If anyone's watching, can you let me know if the consulates are considered the soil of the country that they are affiliated to? Now, Taylor, before we let you go, coming in from the chat right now, courtesy of Syd, hashtag James ain't dumb. That is the nicest thing anyone said to me all night. Taylor, has your mom answered yet?
She hasn't. I don't know what is going on.
What do you think your mom's doing right now?
She's either watching like 90 Day Fiance.
Oh, you know what? One of my guiltiest pleasures.
Yeah. Who's your favorite couple?
They're all disgusting. They're all trash. Now, Taylor, do you think you would ever come on the show with your mother?
I don't think I don't think I would, James.
I would ask about your dad, but that feels like I already know the answer.
Yeah, no, I don't think Dad even knows what like video chatting is.
Yeah.
And also, I don't think it would be his jam.
I enjoy bringing people on with their parents to see, really what would happen.
Yeah, you've had some excellent parents on your show.
There's been some good parents on this show. There's been some good parents. Maybe I'll just have you on with Dimitri's dad.
Oh, I'd like that. I like Dimitri's dad.
Well, Taylor, look, you've given me a lot of great surprises tonight. I need for you to let me know if your mom answers. Can you just let me know what she says when she answers? I'm going to let the viewers know because they're probably waiting on bated breath, as am I.
I mean, she's long dead now. Let's be honest.
She's long dead now. I'm curious to know about how it all came to be.
Oh, another surprise I can tell you is in the country, when animals die, you call up the local dog food company and they come and pick it up and then they make it into dog food.
So not just in the movies.
No.
All right. Well, this couldn't have ended on a sadder note. Taylor, thanks so much for being here, and you'll be back once we do country night.
Great.
Taylor, thanks so much.
Thanks, James. And you're
That
smart,
is
cool guy.
the coolest. That is the death ray herself, Taylor McMillan. Now, I've never known anyone to own a horsey, but now that I do, I can't believe that they actually get sent to the dog food factory. So I suspect we know what happened, but I want to know how it happened. Did this horsey supreme go to a new little girl or little boy? These are the things that I wonder about while hosting this show. Let's welcome our third and final guest, not to be outdone, last but most certainly not least. He's behind the booth tonight. He's taking care of business, just like Randy Bachman. It is Andy Asaf. Andy, how's it going?
Hey James, how's it going, man?
Was that in homage to Supreme the Dead Horse?
Yeah, that one was for Supreme. Rest in peace. I was just sorry you caught me by surprise. I forgot I was teching the show. I'm actually in studio right now.
You're in studio. You haven't been here with the Revolving Doors in a while. Are you putting down some new tracks?
Yeah, well, since I was in prison, as you know, James, and then trying to hitchhike home, I've been out of the game for a bit. So, the Revolving Doors sadly broke up. And I know what you're going to say, Andy. The Revolving Doors have been a revolving door of famous bands that have been backing you. So it's not really one band. It never really existed. And to that I say that is true.
Yes.
So they both never existed, but also don't exist currently.
Okay, so we will say R.I.P. to Supreme the Dead Horse, as well as the Revolving Doors.
As well as the Revolving Doors. But James, exciting news. I am in studio again. We are recording the At Home with James album. The one that was promised. So that's your first surprise tonight, James.
I love it. That's my first surprise. That noise is like when someone loses their erection, not by choice. This might be the first musical instrument I ban from the show.
Well, James, I'll have you remember that I think one instrument that I came on with earlier annoyed you more. The melodica.
Which was
and
that again?
I could go get the melodica if you want.
No, let's leave the melodica in the closet now. Andy, last time you were here, you told us how you were celebrating Ramadan. It became our unofficial Ramadan episode. How is your fasting going?
It's Ramadan month. It's going great, James. Learning a lot.
You're off the cigarettes.
No cigarettes. Haven't touched it.
Okay, you're off the cigarettes. Now, have you also given up sex relations?
I have, James. I am, a new man. I haven't touched.
Which has been more difficult to walk away from?
I'd say they're equally the same.
Equally the same?
I mean, one I can't do right now. Like, as you know, Ontario is now in a full-on lockdown.
Right.
So if I were to leave the house for sexual relations, I could be stopped by the Ontario police.
Now, are you you have a curfew?
No curfew, though.
What kind of lockdown is this? Like a child's lockdown?
Hey, don't blame me.
If I left my house right now to eat ice cream by the canal, I'd get a ticket for $1,500.
Yeah, so
you're telling me you can't go get the good stuff?
I mean, theoretically I can, but I am trying to avoid spreading things, James.
It is the month of Ramadan. You're looking,
and it's the month of Ramadan. It's the month of Ramadan.
And I'll tell you what, I gave up cold brew. I still haven't had a cold brew.
Nice. How does it feel?
You know what? I'm drinking hot coffee. I'm sophoncified.
Okay, so James, do you want to know your next surprise for tonight?
I'm ready for my next surprise.
Okay, so
fast and furious.
So this is a product recommendation for you, James. I think you might like this product that I have for you, and I haven't been using it very much because of the aforementioned fast cleanse, if you will. This is the Manscaped ball deodorant.
It's called ball deodorant?
Yes, it's deodorant you put on your. Hold on.
Yeah, right now it looks like the most transparent. Okay, yeah,
You
let's
put
look at
on your balls.
Right. Okay, so your surprise is that you're surprising me by recommending me a testicle
James,
deodorant.
you know, if we were in person, I'd let you try some, right?
Well, thank you.
Because as friends like us, we would share these kinds of gifts from God, if you will.
Would we share them?
I think we would. I'd be like, hey, James, heads up. And I'd throw you the ball deodorant and you'd be in the bathroom catching it over your head right after you finish, you finish with your ice cream sandwich fallout.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad
you're gonna need it.
That's
you're
exactly
gonna need
what
it.
it is. It is a fallout. So you're telling me that I eat so many ice cream sandwiches that it gets so bad that my testicles need deodorant.
There's your solution. Do you want to know some of the ingredients?
I would not, but sure.
So we got water.
Classic.
We got aloe barbendensis leaf juice.
All right.
What do you think of that? Would you put that on your balls?
Well, this is a surprise. I had not considered that would be a thing that people would do. It makes sense.
This one you might have at your house already. Tapioca starch.
Yeah, no, I have no tapioca starch.
Do you have tapioca pudding? I bet there's tapioca starch in there.
I don't eat pudding.
All right, here it gets a little bit more chemically. Glyceryl stearite and, in brackets, PEG 100 stearite.
Mm-hmm.
Well, have I lost you, James?
Well, I would say it's a surprise. It's a surprise that
okay,
you would...
James. I could see when your interest is waning, but don't worry, I have another surprise for you.
My
okay,
interest is not waning. I would say that if anything, it was just I felt bad listening to you try to rattle off those technical terms, and I wouldn't do any better.
I'm no doctor of ball deodorant. Okay.
Yeah.
But
no, I'm not sure that doctor exists.
I'll tell you what I am a doctor at, and that's a doctor at hoops, James. Because my next surprise is actually my new outfit I have that I'm going to put on screen now. My new basketball outfit.
So you've been playing basketball, is what you're telling me?
Yeah. So this is a card that Dimitri made of me.
Okay, so we've got this looks like a custom trading card.
Yeah, it's a custom.
I'm mostly interested that it looks like you're wearing a fanny pack over.
That's right, James. That's right. I am now a fanny pack guy like you.
Well, I wear mine in the traditional sense.
Yes, I am doing it over the shoulder, which you don't like.
That's true. It's like how I wear shoes on my feet and I wear my fanny pack around my itsy bitsy waist.
Yeah, exactly. But I got it because my new shorts. Wait, let me go back to this.
Yeah, let's go back to this image. So your surprise is
my shorts. I don't have any pockets, so the fanny pack offers that solution to carry my keys, my wallet, my AirPods.
Shorts, they don't really give you the same type of pocket support that a pair of khaki shorts or maybe some chinos would give you. So this is quite the look. You're surprising me with your new basketball outfit.
I just thought you'd like it to know that I'm still staying active.
I love it.
And that, I have some new gear to sport on the court.
Well, now it makes sense why you're using testicle deodorant. You're getting a workout.
There you go, James. There you go. I'm showing you.
Getting moist.
I'm showing you the solution and I'm showing you the problem, and you put those together, and life's good.
Now, this product, this Manscaped deodorant. Now, I think they're primarily known for their male groomer.
Yeah. So device. I don't know if you heard. I do have the full kit.
You have the full kit. Okay.
That I got for Christmas. I don't know if you heard the buzzing at the top of the show when we were getting ready.
Yes, I did hear that buzzing, and I chose not to call it into question. Are you telling me that you were grooming yourself while teching this show?
I wasn't grooming myself, but this did turn on.
Yeah, let's turn that back on. Now why is this safer than your average trimmer?
I'm not going to use it on my face. I'm not going to use it on my face. I use it for other things.
What differs between this and the average over-the-counter trimmer?
Well, James, I think you'd be surprised. Look at this. There's a light. Ooh, you could tell a spooky story. Let me turn off my...
Tell a spooky story while shaving your testicles. Why is there a light?
So you could see down in your nether regions, because there's no light. There's no natural light down there, James.
What about the light from the bathroom?
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you have 3-point lighting in your bathroom, James?
Well, I'll tell you this.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot. James has a vanity mirror. James has a construction floodlight in his bathtub.
No, actually, I wear one of those construction helmets with the flashlight on.
Yeah. James has one of those. He's like the fish with the little bulb that like bounces in front.
It's something that I wouldn't expect to be on a genital groomer.
Well, it does come in handy, especially when you're trying to do like a deep
You got
reach.
this device for Christmas as well. I know for a fact that Dimitri also got this for Christmas.
You know, the boys are getting groomed. You know, we're getting out there. I got a nose hair trimmer.
It was also the original title of The Boys Are Back in Town, I think.
So we're staying groomed. We got a new outfit for the court. Now, James, that's not the only apparel surprise I have for you. I have one that specifically, James, you will like. Are you ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
So along with my new basketball stuff, I do have some new footwear.
Oh, so you got some Montreal Canadiens socks.
Yeah.
Now, where did you purchase those?
Hey, les Canadiens.
Well, the Canadians are in the midst of a hockey game right now.
Look, James, I can fix my mic.
Are you hosting this show inebriated?
No, James, no alcohol this month. It's Ramadan.
Okay, you're right. Now, where did you find those socks?
At the same place I found my new basketball shoes, basketball shorts, Raptors t-shirt, and fanny pack. It's none other than SVP Sports on Queen Street. They do curbside pickup. Very friendly staff there to help you with all your needs.
So you bought everything this is a cheap plug.
Super good prices. Everything's on sale. I wear size 14 shoes. They carried size 14. So for that, I give them a patented 2 thumbs up.
Okay, so 2 thumbs up out of a possible 2. You got some Canadian socks. I got to say, you fixing your mic with your feet is a true happening on this show.
There you go. You know, James, and I'm not worried about cutting my foot because they're nestled in these nice socks.
Wait, you're worried about cutting your feet?
Well, there's sharp edges on here. I'm not gonna handle this with bare feet.
Okay, so what you're saying is for anyone who's arranging their mic stand with their feet might want to wear some socks.
Yeah.
All right, so these are Andy, you have any more surprises for us tonight?
James, I'm so happy you asked. So we found out a lot about me tonight, right, James? We found out
that you wear socks, you have a genital groomer and a deodorant, and you also have new basketball clothes.
And I play yet another instrument, the clarinet.
Right, you're a man of many talents.
Now, James, hold on a second. Let me find what I'm looking for here. I have Omicron factor open up. No Google results on that one.
Right.
Now, James, we learned a lot about me, and we go a little ways back, James. We could say we're pretty good friends. But James, I have a final surprise for you.
Okay.
And it's a surprise that many people don't usually like when they're in school. But I have for you, James, a surprise quiz.
Is this anything like the personality test Dimitri walked me through last week? There was 25 minutes that had no results at the end.
This, James, is 4 questions long and probably won't take more. The song only has a 1-minute loop. Let's hope we don't have to re-loop it too many times.
So I'm going through. What kind of quiz is this?
This is, of course, a how well do you know Andy quiz, James.
All right.
Okay.
You're surprising me with a quiz about how well I know you.
Yeah. And how many out of 4 do you think you're gonna get?
I'll say 2.
Okay, I would have expected you to be a little bit more confident. I feel like I entrust you with a lot of information about myself, but okay.
Now, can I ask you, are you playing the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire song?
This is a custom track.
This song has appeared on so many segments of this show, all unaffiliated to the others.
Well, that's why I wrote it for the show. Okay, let me just restart this loop because we wasted the first minute.
Yep, okay.
Okay. So, James, here's your first question, and this is like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, unrelated to the song. It's going to start easy and get harder, okay?
Yeah.
All right, here we go, James. Which sport did I not play in high school? Okay, James?
Well, I'm going to tell you right away, I don't know.
Is it A, basketball? Is it B, volleyball? Or is it C, curling? Now, you do have lifelines, James.
I'm going to say curling.
Okay, you decide to not use the lifelines. Is that your final answer?
My final answer.
I don't have the the sound where it's like you're right, but you're right, James. Congratulations.
Okay.
That's your first point.
All right, perfect. Yeah.
Okay, here's your second question about me, James. Which is my favorite fast food item out of these three? Which is my favorite fast food item? Okay. Is it A&W root beer? Is it B, the Popeyes spicy chicken sandwich?
All right.
Or is it C, McDonald's chicken wrap, ranch, or the other one?
This is these are three very unique items. I'm gonna go. This is your favorite. I'm gonna go the Popeyes spicy chicken sandwich.
James, you are correct. That is number two.
So I've hit the point that I thought I would get.
You've gotten 2 of your predicted 2. Now, can you make it all the way and get this final question?
I certainly hope so. I hope this works out better than when I appeared on Dimitri Kiraz's Who Wants to Be Montreal's Hottest Stud, which was once again a take on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
That doesn't sound like a great segment. But this one, James, is about to close with this final question. Let's see if you can get it. Okay. Which country...
I thought there were 4 questions.
There might be a surprise at the end of this. 3 questions, your final question. Which country have I not visited, James? Have I not visited? Is it A, Morocco, B, Austria, or C, Israel?
I think I'm going to go with Israel.
Is that your final answer? You do still have lifelines.
It's my final answer.
You have phone a Syd.
I'm going to go final answer.
James, you are correct. You've gotten all 3 of the answers. All 3 of the answers. You do know Andy. Now, James.
Yep. Are you about to surprise me with a 4th question, which you preemptively told me about?
That's the surprise sound. Yes, that's right, James. Oh my goodness, what is this? There's a 4th question.
Yeah.
Okay, James?
I can't believe it.
There's a 4th question that you need to answer, and this is for all the marbles. How well do you know Andy? And then we can finish the show, because I could tell you're tired of this. Simple.
You know what? If there was a how well do you know James, you would have 100% won the grand prize with that statement.
All right, here we go, James. Here's your final question. This is not a multiple choice question, James.
All right.
This is a scale from 1 to 10.
Oh.
How nasty am I?
Gotta go 10.
My God, he did it again, folks. He's 4 for 4. He don't miss.
Now, Andy, when people, wow, this segment could not have ended on more of an uncomfortable low note than the one that you just played on that clarinet.
I don't know. I think it went pretty well.
Yeah, it went pretty well. Can I ask you now, when we're talking about being nasty, what do you think people, you walk down the street and they see you do something nasty, what do you think people would say about you?
Like when they see me?
Yeah,
James?
Exactly. They see you doing something nasty.
They see me. They go, ooh. That's nasty.
Andy, I loved it. You surprised me, and I can't believe I got 4 on 4. It brings me closer to you. Right?
I'm not surprised, James. I know you would knock it out of the park, and you went toe to toe with each one of my extremely difficult questions. These are harder than SAT questions, than Harvard entry
Mark McGuire,
questions.
because I just hit a home run. Andy, look, you were right. I am tired. It's my one tell. It's come out. And I think that means we all have to get ready to go to bed.
It's Ramadan, baby. I'm up till like 4 a.m. usually to eat my last meal of the day. So,
I hope
if anyone wants to join me, I'm gonna probably stream after this because I was supposed to stream earlier. So if you want to come,
people find you streaming, Andy?
I'm gonna go play some Red Dead Redemption after this on Frank Mythic, twitch.tv/Frank Mythic. If you guys want to join me, I'm gonna eat some Takis.
Now, when are you starting this?
What time is it now? 10:15. Let's say I'm gonna be on 10:40. Start time.
Okay,
I'll be punctual.
Over to twitch.tv/Frank Mythic. Andy, thanks so much for the surprises.
Bye, James.
Take care. That's Andy Asaf, and folks, that's our show. An evening. How many surprises did we have? At least, on average, about 4 surprises per guest. We're almost 12 surprises deep tonight. I loved it. I want to thank Andy. I want to thank Taylor. Of course, I want to thank Syd Roc for being here. But without you, there is no us. So thanks for tuning in. We hope to see you on Wednesday for so much more fun. Tell your mom, dad, auntie, uncle, brother, sister, Grammy, Grampy. Tell your best friend, hey, maybe you even tell your worst enemy to tune in right here on twitch.tv/@home with James. Until then, I am James. You are you. We were here. Good night, goodbye, farewell, and of course, be well.